riders here on the road to MotoGP. We are the official partner series of the BSB as well. So if you do happen to go along and watch either of those series, and I'm sure you do, if you happen to watch them, you may see some of these names going into those paddocks, as we've already had riders going to the likes of British Talent Cup, as well as likes of Red Bull Rookies as well, the CV Moto3 World Junior Championships. So they're all out there, and there are more on the way.
Absolutely.
As there always is.
As there always is. Now we have the mini GP50s making their way on the warm-up lap at the moment, and we have Josh Bannister will be starting in pole position on bike number 2 ahead of Lucas Brown. Harrison Crosby on bike number 69 in 3rd spot ahead of Kyle Payne in 4th. Ryan Hitchcock in 5th spot there ahead of Ronnie Harris on bike number 66. So hopefully not a bad omen there for Ronnie Harris there. Ollie Horner in 7th spot on bike 70. Taylor Stewart Campbell on bike number 97. Ben Jolliffe in 5th spot and 9th spot on bike 125, and Warwick Brady in 10th place, rounding out the runners and riders ahead of this fantastic, what's setting up to be a fantastic mini GP50 race if qualifying was anything to go by.
Yeah, well, 5 rows of bikes just getting ready now to line up on the grid. 10 riders about to fight for victory here at round number 3 of the cool FAB. Oh, and almost a little bit of an incident there coming down.
Yes, Harrison Crosby is not happy with something. Yeah,
well, got the 10 riders, as we said, getting all ready to go. And Harrison Crosby, your championship leader, starts from 3rd place. And Josh Bannister, 2nd in the championship, is on pole position. And
so we believe that someone's transponder has fallen off at turn number 2.
So there was no Harrison Crosby, I think. Is it? I wonder if it's Josh Bannister that's happened to, and Harrison Crosby just pulled up alongside to say, I saw your transponder fall off.
Yeah.
And well, the transponder now being reattached, and that is good news, and it's good news that was spotted, because Josh Bannister, the pole sitter, that was his transponder. He's 2nd in the championship, just 7 points behind Harrison Crosby, who starts directly behind him. And that championship battle is about to continue here as the green flag flies, and that is a great start from Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown going into the lead, and that looked like Carl Payne going into 2nd place. I think we've got Josh Bannister in 3rd place. I think Harrison Crosby looks to have dropped to 5th as they now come through the chicane and down towards the hairpin for the first time. So a fantastic start there from Lucas Brown. Had a drop to hold on to the lead once he had taken it, but brilliant run off the line as they now turn through the double left-hander and up towards turn number 6, down towards turn number 7 for the first time. A nice and tidy start once again, and riders now heading down the start-finish straight to complete lap number 1, Liam.
Yes, absolutely, as they come across the start-finish line. Harrison Crosby round the outside at turn number 1. Yes, he does it. Will he take first as well? No, it slots into 2nd, just ahead of Kyle Payne. So great pass there by Harrison Crosby. Unfortunately for Josh Bannister, he had an awful start, dropping from 1st down to 4th, but he's on the back of the group at the moment. Ryan Hitchcock and bike 43, as we have a changed position. No, we don't. Kyle Payne
close, wasn't it?
Just looked up the inside, and we had Josh Bannister doing the same thing, but they hold station just at the moment. So Lucas Brown still leads the way as they approach the end of lap number 2 ahead of Harrison Crosby, who's looking all over the back of our race leader at the moment. Josh Bannister, can he move up to 3rd spot as he come across start finish line, looking up the inside in turn number 1. Has he done it? Not quite. Sets up Harrison Crosby into turn number 2, looks for the lead of the race. That is close battling at the front of the field, Chris.
It is indeed. It looked as if there was almost going to be a move, I think, for 4th place, but it looked like Carl Payne and Josh Bannister just battling away as we have a change for lead. Do we? We're side by side. Is that Crosby on the outside, which will form the inside? No, in fact, it's Crosby on the outside, isn't it? So Lucas Brown, good defensive performance there as Lucas Brown now leading the way as we go up towards the final corner. The top 5 couldn't be any closer as we head down the start finish straight one more time. 11 laps to go as Crosby looks down the inside into turn number 1, and that is move complete. So Harrison Crosby into the race lead as they come through the chicane once again.
Very opportunistic move, and it paid off very well for Harrison Crosby. And we've got a move by Josh Bannister up to third spot, do we? Yes, we do, up the inside of Kyle Payne, who in turn was looking up the inside of Lucas Brown into turn number 4. But Josh Bannister making his way through the field after a poor start by his standards up to third place. Now, will Harrison Crosby pull away at the head of the field? He's opening up a slight advantage as he head through turn number 2. We've got Lucas Brown on the curb. Josh Bannister looking all over the back of Brown. Will he do it into turn number 1? No, he has to back off. This is exciting racing as he head into turn 2. Top 5 riders at the top of their game.
Yeah, Lucas Brown sort of caught in the middle of a championship fight here at the same time, as well as a race for the top 3 positions. You mentioned the top 5. Behind that, we've got the likes of Harris, Horner, Stuart Campbell, Jolliffe and Brady as well. That is how the full field stands at the moment, but still 9.5 laps remaining. Very close battling for 4th place here, and that's just allowing the top 3 to break away a little bit. Carl Payne and Ryan Hitchcock just starting to battle a little bit more intensely as they come up towards the start-finish line, and no more changes as we can start another lap.
Yes, we had Lucas Brown have a bit of a shake on down towards turn number 2, but managed to hold it. Can we get Josh Bannister to move up the inside? Can it be Lucas Brown on Hitchcock, on Harrison Crosby, sorry? And no, they hold station as he head through turn number 4 into turn number 5. And Josh Bannister is the one that's looking most likely to make a move or attempt to move within the next couple of corners. Up the inside of turn number 6, not quite. That's tough if you try and do it there, but it's made him lose a little bit of time behind Brown. And we've got Kyle Payne and, of course, Ryan Hitchcock all over the back of Josh Bannister now to start the next couple of laps. 8 laps to go now. Josh Bannister already on the back. Once again, Brown has another twitch going into turn number 2. That bike looks very nervous as he head from left into right, starting the next lap.
Well, that tells you one thing. Brown is pushing it to the absolute limit as he trying to hang with race leader Crosby, who just has a small look over his shoulder there. Crosby, I think that's the first time I've seen him do that since he's gone into that race lead. Josh Bannister will want to get past Lucas Brown here. Want to go after his championship rival, but Lucas Brown at the moment doing a fantastic job in second. However, there comes a move down the inside, and that is Bannister into second place. Surely, can he hold it through turn 2? Yes, he can. Josh Bannister, having just set the fastest lap as well, now goes into second place and is already after race leader Harrison Crosby.
And he's nearly done it into turn number 4. Look, Josh Bannister up the inside ever so slightly of Crosby into turn 5. He's done it, yes. Got a great run through turn number 4 into turn 5. Josh Bannister leads the race. Harrison Crosby demoted to second spot. Can Crosby do anything about our new race leader? Bike number 2, Josh Bannister, they come across start finish line. Can we make a move into turn number 1? Maybe turn number 2. Brown looking around the outside. Not quite. Josh Bannister already opening up a bit of an advantage at the top of the field as they head towards the chicane with only 5.5 laps remaining.
I'm not sure what happened to Ryan Hitchcock, but he's just falling away from this battle now. He's 1.5 seconds back from it, which is a real shame because Hitchcock was really in that scrap for 4th place with Carl Payne, but now going to have a job to do in the next 5.5 laps to close that gap back down, unless he is suffering with some sort of issue. But out front, Josh Bannister, quickest lap so far in this race. However, race far from over. 5 to go. Crosby still right there, only 0.4 of a second behind. Lucas Brown is in 3rd place. Top 3 split by just under 0.8 of a second. Then we have Carl Payne. Don't count him out. He is just sitting off the back of the top 3 at the moment. So as we get into the end stages of this race, we're just seeing our lead group become a tiny bit smaller, aren't we? And is that
Josh Bannister had a moment coming through turn number 5 there. Harrison Crosby's climbing all over the back of him. That was a little bit of a rear end wobble from Harrison Crosby, our race leader, as he come on towards the home straight. Harrison Crosby, great run through the final turn alongside our race leader. Will he get him into turn number 2? Josh Bannister's looking a little bit scruffy as he's trying to defend his lead. Running wide moment, Harrison Crosby's looking smooth, and will they get it run through the chicane up towards turn number 4 as they make their way onto the back straight. There's a gap opening up. Can Josh Bannister keep his head cool? We've got 4 laps remaining. Saying that, it's 3.5 laps remaining now. Josh Bannister wide as they come through turn number 4. He's feeling the pressure ever so slightly. Can Harrison Crosby pounce on him?
Well, we will find out very, very shortly. We'll find out in the next 3 laps as they come across the line next time, unless there are any moves made. Let's have a run through the field. In fact, we'll have to delay on that slightly because Harrison Crosby looks to the outside into turn 1. Likewise into turn 2, Bannister doing a good job to hold on. We're hitting some traffic now, and that is going to be a problem for Josh Bannister. Just we've got one of the riders towards the back. I think that's Warwick Brady that they're just going to have to negotiate their way past, but Brady just pulling to the outside as they go through the left-hander. And I've got to say, give it to Carl Payne. He's actually closing back in on the top 3 now, so he is putting in a good performance so far. But the full order is Bannister, Crosby, Brown,
side by side for the lead, coming down Bannister, Crosby. Can Crosby go up the inside, around the outside in turn number 2? Not quite, not just yet, but it looks like he's putting Bannister under a lot of pressure with 2.5 laps to go.
I'll tell you what, it's quite deceptive when you see them side by side there, because sometimes it is just the leader taking a preference of line, and I think it is the nature of the straights. But there we go, we got Bannister still leading, but Crosby upping the ante now.
Another moment, we have Crosby nearly around the outside. Up the inside, possibly into the final turn. Sorry to cut over you there again, Chris.
Not quite yet. We've got one more lap to go, though, as they come around the final corner. Here we go. Bannister, Crosby and Brown, your top 3. That's the top 3 that we think will cross the line. But which order are they going to be in as they come up towards the chicane for the final time? Crosby looks to have got a good run. Down towards the hairpin we go for the final time, Liam.
Yes, absolutely. Josh Bannister's feeling the pressure ever so slightly. Can Harrison Crosby find a way past Josh Bannister off the track nearly into turn number 5? Crosby right this side. Nearly touched. Bannister had to set up Crosby. Audacious but brilliant move round the outside through towards the final turn. Can Crosby hold on? Can Bannister make a move? He's down. Bannister's down now a second into the gravel trap. Crosby's going to come across the line in first place ahead of Brown. What a race by Crosby. What a race by Brown. And we've got Kyle Payne in 3rd spot as Josh Bannister up. Josh Bannister is off at the final turn. Checker flag, Harrison Crosby, Lucas Brown and Kyle Payne round out the podium positions ahead of 4th spot Ryan Hitchcock. A shame there for Josh Bannister as he was crashed out of 2nd spot at the end of the race.
Oh, well, what an absolute shame. You got to feel for Josh Bannister there, because he put in an absolutely fantastic performance. He is up on his feet. I guess that's the most important thing, and walking away. That is a real shame for Josh Bannister, because he deserved to finish on in that top 3, but unfortunately Josh Bannister is going to be classified down at the back of the field. 9th place in the end for Josh Bannister. Harrison Crosby took the win by 6/10 from Lucas Brown. Carl Payne was 3rd. What a fantastic race it was. Then it was Ryan Hitchcock in 4th place. Ronnie Harris was 5th. Ollie Horner was 6th place. Taylor Stewart Campbell 7th. Ben Jolliffe was in 8th.